Thanks for joining us for another episode of Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement, here at the News Forum, where all voices matter. I am pleased to welcome the Honorable Stephen Lecce for the first time to Boom and Bust. He currently serves as the Ontario Minister of Energy and Mines and is the Member of Provincial Parliament for King Vaughan. Welcome to the program.
Thanks so much, Tony. Good to be back as the Minister of Energy and Mines.
It's great to have you in this portfolio for sure. I guess I've got a very broad question to start off with, if that's all right. And basically, it's about your department and the government of Ontario planning for Ontario's energy needs, both now and in the future. How's that going?
Well, I think first off, it's a powerful signal that we're thinking about our kids and planning for future economic growth and energy demand. We really are building out an integrated roadmap, a 25-year economic plan to secure the megawatts, the natural gas, the fuels we need to drive our growth. We are ending the short-sighted thinking of the former Liberals, where they were making decisions based on electoral cycles. We're really planning with a 25-year horizon. It has delivered confidence and certainty to the market. It is inspiring the Canadian supply chain to be strong and to grow. You're seeing scaling of businesses, Northern Transformers investing $200 million to build these new transmission stations here in the province, building upon their existing facility. That's a signal of confidence that they see, they know, businesses recognize that we're creating a competitive advantage because our focus is affordable power for our people, for our families, and obviously for the job creators of Canada.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I noticed recently, very recently, in fact, you received federal money along with substantial provincial money that had already been allocated to develop small modular reactors at Darlington Nuclear Power Plant. Why is nuclear so important to the energy plan?
It really is fundamental to our energy security. 50% of our baseload is nuclear. Ontario's integrated energy plan will get that to 75%. So we are already a leader in the nation. 18 of 19 reactors are in this province. We flex our muscle and we're proud of what we're doing. But to the point on, fundamentally, how do we deliver more affordable nuclear power and why? It's because the supply chain that builds nuclear is Canadian. It is indigenous to this province and country. It is one of the advantages that we have with many of the technologies like CANDU, for example, where we're literally spending at least 80, often 90% of our refurbishments, our builds are utilizing the Canadian Ontario supply chain. That means Ontario workers. Let me give an example. We're proposing the largest nuclear reactor on Earth could be upwards of 10,000 megawatts of power in Port Hope, just east of Toronto. That reactor would add $256 billion to the national GDP. It would add and create 10,500 jobs. So look, I mean, these are our generational investments. And so it's good economic policy. It is industrial policy as a way to create jobs. And as I mentioned, it's an affordable energy solution for, 80 continuous years. And when you compare the resources of non-baseload options, it creates reliability challenges. Look at Spain. Look at so many jurisdictions that are overly leveraged on intermittent energy sources. It just doesn't work. It doesn't provide the certainty industry needs. And frankly, it doesn't create the affordability families depend on or families demand. So we found the sweet spot. We're technology agnostic. We're using an all the above approach, but absolutely, nuclear is our strength. We're building it on time. We're building it on budget. I will tell you, Tony, there are not many jurisdictions, if any, on Earth, the French, the Brits, the Americans, no one can claim they're building on time and on budget. And yet, this has been our track record for years. So we want to scale this up and take this message to the world.
We've got about a minute before the break, but when you said intermittent, you mean wind and solar. But there's still a place for that, but we need a constant energy supply. Is that your point?
That's exactly it. We are technology agnostic. The former Liberals had an ideological obsession on renewable energy. I'm not against it at all, but it has to compete in the market. They sole source 10 times above market. Tony, we are still paying the legacy contracts at 80 cents a kilowatt hour for solar. It is madness. On behalf of the ratepayers, we want our money back. And my commitment to you and to the people watching is we will never undertake such an ideological approach. We'll let pragmatism, the market, and affordability to triumph.
We're speaking with the Honourable Stephen Lecce. He is the Ontario Minister of Energy and Mines. We're going to take a brief break, Stephen, so that we can be part of the commercial mix as well with our commercials. And we'll be back after these messages.